The first thing that hit me wasn't the smell of lilies. It was the echo of footsteps. Polished shoes on marble, arrogant, too loud for a funeral. I was standing beside my mother's coffin, her favorite white lilies trembling in my hand, when that familiar voice slithered into the room. Well, look who's still alone at 40. I didn't turn. I didn't need to. That voice had lived like a splinter under my skin for the last 8 years. He chuckled, sharp, brittle like glass breaking. I got the girl, the money, and the house. Guess you got nothing. Then her laugh followed. Softer, practiced, sweet enough to rot teeth. My brother and the woman I was once ready to build a life with standing together. She wore my mother's pearls. He wore my father's watch. I set the lilies on the coffin gently, almost lovingly. Then I turned, not toward them, but through them, the way one looks through smoke. 8 years ago, we were days from our wedding. Invitations ready. Suits pressed. Her eyes sparkled. Or maybe that was just something I told myself to sleep at night. The signs were there. Late nights. Half-truths. Smiles that didn't reach her eyes. And him, my younger brother, always in my shadow, always wanting something that wasn't his. They said it just happened. That love wasn't a crime. That betrayal wasn't intentional. I didn't scream. I didn't fight. I simply stepped aside. Let them stay together, I said back then, foolish enough to believe that karma would do my work for me. But karma is slow, and silence is a perfect place for resentment to grow teeth. I watched them build a life with everything I once dreamed of. The house I picked, the investor I introduced, the dog she begged me to adopt. She kept him too. I became invisible, present but unseen. Birthdays I was never invited to. Anniversaries I only heard about through whispers. While they celebrated, I collected things. Company filings, deleted emails, hidden debts, mistakes they never noticed because greed makes people careless. She put everything under his name. And he, trusting, stupid, entitled, signed without reading a single line. 6 years later, their empire began to rot. Small cracks, late taxes, disappearing investors. A lawsuit they assumed was random. It wasn't. Another 2 years, and I bought the holding company that quietly owned her brand. I bought the properties they bragged about. The mansion, the condo, the secret rental they thought no one knew about. All of mine. The paperwork arrived right before the funeral. When he raised a glass to my mother with empty words and expensive wine, I walked toward them, calm, steady, slipped an envelope into her hand. She opened it. Her face collapsed by page 2. What is this? My condolences, I said. He grabbed the papers. His confidence drained in seconds. You bought the company? And the houses? All of them, I said quietly. Her voice cracked. You can't. It's already done. I didn't yell. I didn't smirk. I simply spoke the truth. You built a life out of stolen trust. You wore my family's things, lived in my memories, used my contacts, my opportunities, my silence. Their faces broke. 2 people cornered by consequences they never thought would arrive. You never wondered why deals started failing? Why investors backed out? Why your perfect life kept falling apart? I leaned in, voice low and steady. You took my future, so I took yours, slowly, piece by piece, until you were too blind to notice. Then I stepped back and smiled, a real smile this time. I buried my mother that day, and the last version of myself who ever loved them. I didn't want revenge at first. I just wanted the pain to stop echoing. But silence teaches you patience. And pain, when it hardens, becomes direction. Now I live quietly in the halls they once boasted about. Open drawers filled with their forgotten jewelry and broken promises. The past doesn't haunt me anymore. It answers to me. And them? They still have each other. In a house with no title. A business with no income. And a future that no longer exists. He got the woman. I got everything else. And they finally got what they earned.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Please subscribe.